Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, my beautiful family. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Charline. How are we doing this evening, this morning, whenever you're seeing this? My apologies for the delayed start for those of you that are live in the chat. I had to deal with something that came up unexpectedly, but here I am. And I'm ready and excited for this great topic. But before we get into it, just welcome in everyone that's in the chat. Mountain of Inspiration, you were early. Thank you for being here, my brother. Cool Gamer, who's always here. Welcome in, my brother. Welcome in, welcome in. My brother and member of the week, K Plus Gaming. I have his link pinned at the top of the chat, so make sure you go over to his channel and share our members some love. Tonight's topic is focused on sex. How important is sex to a marriage, to a relationship? And you can go ahead and share with me in the chat or in the comments after. How important do you think sex is to a marriage? Is it even important to you and to your relationship? For me personally, it's very important. Absolutely. Why is sex important to a relationship? We'll talk about that when we come back right after this quick break. Why is sex important to marriage? Think about it, think about it, think about it. Welcome to the merch store. I am not a singer. Thank you for shopping the merch store. All my merch are designed to empower and encourage us with the fact that we can heal ourselves. We are in charge of our wellness. So take courage and be in charge. For customizable merch, you can reach out to me. The customizable merch are great for family events like family reunions, and it's also great for corporate events. So if you have a business and you have a corporate event, reach out. I can help. Infinite wellness to you. Welcome to the merch store. I am not a singer. Thank you for shopping the merch store. All my merch are designed to empower and encourage us with the fact that we can heal ourselves. We are in charge of our wellness. So take courage and be in charge. For customizable merch, you can reach out to me. The customizable merch are great for family events like family reunions, and it's also great for corporate events. So if you have a business and you have a corporate event, reach out. I can help. Infinite wellness to you. Infinite wellness to you. So guys, why is sex important? Well, sex is important for multiple reasons, but let's bring it down to the relationship level. It's important to your relationship because it helps you to bond with that person. It helps you to get intimate with that person. It makes the relationship grow, and it allows you to connect deeper, not just on a physical level, but a spiritual level. If you get to that deeper connection beyond the physical, where you're truly connected with that person, mind, body, spirit. I don't know how many of you have been in a relationship where you kind of could finish the other person's sentence and stuff like that. That kind of connection, but even deeper than that. So sex is important because it keeps your relationship going, and not just sex, great sex. And Speaking of great sex, I would like you to answer the question that's in the chat. There's also a poll in the chat. So I invite you to just answer that for me. I already see some answers coming back, so I appreciate that. And there's also a poll on the community tab that I'm going to talk about during the show. Okay, so tonight we may have a guest on who wants to come and share about sex, but I kind of sent her the information a little late, so I don't know if she'll be able to still come on. But either way, we can always make a special event to have her come on and just share what she would like to share, because after all, we're a community that love to learn and grow together. So, sex is important for so many reasons. It keeps you healthy. How many of you knew that great sex can help to lower high blood pressure? Did you also know that great sex can help to boost your immune system? And let's not talk about confidence. Great sex can help you to improve your confidence. Charline, are you kidding me? How can sex improve my confidence? Yes, here's why. Let's say for some of you, you like to role play, or you just want to be an actress, or you like acting things out. And you're a naturally shy person, but in this role, you're like a dominant person, and you're strong and you're confident and you're up there. So by you taking on that role and just acting in that confident, powerful personality, eventually you become confident. But outside of that, when you hear your partner say, "Oh my gosh, that was great, that was incredible," like, "Oh my gosh, I felt so good," they just give you the feedback like, "Hey, you pleased me." It boosts your confidence. It helps you to feel good about yourself. Whatever you want to call your privates, some of us give names to those parts and all that, Keisha and, man, and all that stuff. Whatever it is that you put together in a relationship when it comes to sex, and the confidence you help your partner to build by giving them praise. I'm not saying give false praise, by all means. And we're going to get into the communication part of things. And by the way, next week episode, we're going to have a special guest that's going to be talking about effective communication. Because you see, if you don't communicate effectively, it can cause you to lose your marriage or your relationship, or it could cause issues in your relationship. So we need to learn how to communicate properly with each other. So I'm bringing a specialist on just so we can learn more ways to improve the way we communicate. Now, communication is not just, speaking the words, it's also body language. And what better way to use your body language than in the bed? So for those of you, if you're in bed with your partner, if you're not paying attention, you got to tune in and pay attention, because you will know when someone likes something. They may not like certain things that you're doing in bed, and they're not communicating it verbally, but their body language will tell you. Oftentimes, I find many of us don't communicate what we like, how we love to be pleased, and that kind of stuff is terrible. Especially if you're going to be married to somebody. You don't want to be married to someone and you're not being pleased, you're not satisfied in bed. As far as I'm concerned, the person you're with or you're married to should be the best there ever was out there. This should be like mind-blowing, great, amazing stuff you look forward to. I'm not talking about tired sex. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about when I say tired sex, don't be shy. Share it in the chat. Let's hear what's going on with that. Because it's real, especially when you have young children. You may be having tired sex. Or if you're doing a 9 to 5 plus you're doing other things, maybe a side hustle, or maybe you're doing 2 or 3 jobs, or you're going to school plus doing a job and you have children, it gets a lot. So maybe you're having tired sex, and sometimes that's all you can do within the moment, but at least you're still doing something. But always find time, create the time and the space and the energy to have great sex. Your body will thank you. Your emotions will thank you. And your energy will thank you. Here's why. How long have you gone? And this is one of the questions in the chat. How long have you gone without intimacy, without sex, while in a relationship, of course? If you're single, then, it might be a while. But how long have you gone? And while you were, I don't want to say lacking, but while you were not participating with sex with your partner, how did you feel? Did that mess with your mood? Did that mess with your emotions? Were you cranky? Were you feeling bodily aches and stuff like that? Because let me tell you, sex is a pain reliever. I'm not saying go out there and over abuse sex or overuse it. Everything needs to be in balance and harmony. But sex is a pain reliever. It can help you with certain types of stress, depression. So it's really, really good for your health. So whoever your partner with is, make sure you have a conversation with them about sex. Let them know, honey. And it's not to make them feel bad about their performance. Like, listen, I like when you do this. I appreciate that. But here's how I think you can improve. Give each other an honest review. Otherwise, you're going to stay quiet. He's going to stay quiet. And you're just having the same old routine, tired sex, or sex is not sparking joy and excitement. You're going to feel good about this stuff. So make sure that you communicate what you like. And if you don't know what you like, that's great. It's time to explore. Make the time to explore each other's pleasure points, each other's body. Just get into that vibration. And if you have young children, you got to be creative now. Find a way to get it done. Maybe you have an aunt or a grandma, someone that can hang out with the children while you find time for your relationship. It is paramount that you continue to build your relationship and to love on each other and to grow together, get to know each other. Because you see, what happens sometimes when you have young children, you focus so much on them. Not everyone, but some of us, many of us, we focus so much on the young ones that we forget to nurture and nourish the relationship we have with our spouse. And that goes lacking. And before you know it, you're in your own zone and your partner's in their own zone. So find things that you can do together to build your relationship. And it doesn't always have to be about sex. Sometimes you just want to cuddle. Sometimes you just want to talk. But let's face it, sex is the icing on top of the cake. It's the cherry pop. So make sure you're communicating your needs and your desires efficiently and effectively, so your partner has no doubt as to what you love. And if you guys want to explore different positions and different energy work, like you can do breathing together and just bring your energy in sync, you can take sexual pleasures to a different level. Get spiritual, get deep. Look out for my podcast on sexual healing, guys. That's coming soon, a couple of months away, but it's going to be deep in spirituality and sex and creation and ways to heal, release trauma, and truly enjoy the blessing of pleasure in the physical and spiritual body. All right, so let's see what's happening. K Plus, thank you so much. My nose, every time I come live, I kid you not, my nose just gets so itchy. K Plus, thank you so much for always dropping that. He's just dropping how you can support your channel, super chats, cash apps, I believe PayPal, and you can definitely check out the merch store. I have some new merch that should be coming out, I believe, tomorrow, so be sure to look out for that. I'll post it on my community tab. Let me just go and see what the poll is saying so far. Actually, you know what? Let me read the poll from the community tab first. And let's see what the results are. I need some tea. I hear my voice cracking. All right. So far, most people are saying that if you're married or if you're in a relationship, you should have sex at least 2 to 3 times a week. Someone said you should have sex as often as possible. I agree with that one. And Less than 10% said once per month, and about 10% said once per week. But the majority of people said that you should have intimate relationship with your partner 2 to 3 times a week. Now let's go to the poll and see what you guys said in regards to. Okay, does your partner know how to please you sexually? 43% said yes, 14% said no, and 43% said sometimes. And we don't have any single in the chat, so no one said I'm single and I please myself. But let me tell you, even though you have a partner, give me a second, let me sip my water. I should have brought some tea in. Even though you have a partner, I personally believe that it's important to learn how to please yourself as well. Not for the fact that your partner is not always going to be around you, but for the fact that you need to explore and understand your own body. How are you going to teach your partner how to please you if you don't even know how to please yourself? And for goodness sake, don't feel guilty about pleasuring yourself. It is okay. Give yourself permission to take care of yourself. It is good for your health. It is good for you getting to know yourself better. So don't be shy about it. Explore your body. Explore and see what gives you pleasure. So now, there goes that itchy nose again. Now you can share your feedback with your partner. So you're doing it for you and you're doing it for your relationship as well. So it's okay. Now, for my family in the chat that says their partner doesn't please them, I suggest that you have a communication talk with them. Excuse me. Sometimes the best time to talk to your partner about this is maybe just after you did it and you're both are in a relaxed mode and stuff. And, you know, it could get tricky because it depends on who you're with. Your partner might be sensitive to the fact that, okay, I don't know, you're just trying to make me feel bad about myself here, or like I felt like I laid it down, like what do you want from me? I thought I was great. However, you still got to find a way to get through to them, and you know your partner better than anyone else, better than I do. So find your way of speaking to them, communicating with them, and let them know, listen, what you're doing maybe pleases you, but I'm not really 100% pleased. Let's adjust some things. Let's try something different, something new. Or you just tell them, hey, man, remember when you did that? Ooh, I really like that. Do that some more. Encourage them. It doesn't always have to be from a negative perspective. Like, hey, I like when you did that. That hit the spot, or that made me feel so good. Do it again, or do it some more. So you give your partner lots of encouragement and let them know, listen, we got this. We got this. We're going to do this relationship and we're going to do it right. We're going to have a great time. We're going to enjoy each other's body. And we're going to grow together. Now, research shows that most of the people that get divorced are the people that are not really having sex often. So if you're serious about your marriage working, you want to have some great sex. And I'm not saying that's the only factor that can lead to divorce, but I'm just giving you what research has shown, that most of divorced people are divorced because they don't have sex often enough. Welcome in, Miss E. How are you? Good to see you, darling. How are my beautiful healers in the chat? How are we doing? So, oh my God, my nose. Let me just see. Did I miss anything? Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure, because I wrote down some things that I was feeling and some things that I wanted to share just to make sure I don't miss anything. And just also some things that I researched about the benefits of good sex. Okay, so I think I pretty much covered it all, you know, and I think I mentioned before that it helps to boost your mood. You know, when you have great sex, you wake up, you go to work, or you go to your business or whatever it is, and you're just feeling great. Your mood is light. You feel like so much stress gone from you. It really is a stress relief. So use it well. Like I said, don't abuse it. Understand the value of what you share with your partner. Be sure to catch next week's live on communication because it's going to help a lot of people. And I invite you to share that live out. I believe I put it in a comment on top. If you can just go and give it a thumbs up and put on the bell and just share it out. Every time you see it pop up, just share it out because a lot of people are going through tough relationships. People are ending their marriage. And I believe at this point in time in our life, in our community, on this planet, we need to come together and build a family unit again. And we can't really build solid family if mommy and daddy are divorced and the family is broken apart, scattered. That affects the finances. It affects the mindset of the children and the parents and family surrounding. So we want to do our best to help heal the family unit. Family is the foundation of our society. I mean, creating a family, sex is important to that because without sex, how are we going to have the children? Unless, of course, you're doing, scientific methods to implant yourself. But sex is paramount. And great sex is essential. When you have terrible sex and you're in a relationship, you feel stuck. My family in the chat, have you ever been in a relationship with terrible sex? Either it's too painful or it's just like, oh my gosh, just hurry up and finish. If you've been there, it means you allowed that to happen either because you didn't know how to communicate, or you were afraid to communicate, or you're just used to just taking whatever's there. But I encourage you to lift your standards, lift your expectations, your requirements. Let your partner know, listen, man, this is what I desire, and let's work on it together. And create the time to sexercise, explore. Now, this is going to be a really, really short one. I'm going to leave you with that. If you have any questions in the chat, definitely reach out. You can wait after this ends and just leave a comment on the outside of this. I would appreciate it so much. And remember to share this out, thumbs it up, and I pray that it brought value to someone. And I apologize for the short live because I had a lot going on and I just had to come and deliver as quickly as possible because I still have some stuff to go get done. But I love you. I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but the best, my beautiful healers. Have great sex. Bye. All right, I don't see any questions in the chat, so we will close it out.